So it's 1 at night right now. I just wanted to have the chance to really talk about this. You know, my attempt to consistently uploading and, you know, making random content, just trying to go viral as a content creator, just doing this for the fun. Not really just trying to do this for, like money or anything. Well, sort of, but I'm at least taking it as a passion. But for today's video, I really wanted to talk about self-belief, the power to it, and the power of manifesting anything. So to begin with, what is self-belief? So self-belief is a way in believing in yourself, into something you want to be or something that you want to do. It could go with anything career-wise, goal-wise, anything that could be long or short-term, either one of those two. It could be anything in business, fitness, like what I mentioned before, career-wise, any specific hobby or any sort of goal you have comes, and the antidote to success is always self-belief. And a lot of times we don't have self-belief because our peers, like our friends, family, anyone who speaks so negatively tend to bring you down, and it just really hurts so bad when you really don't do what you want to do because of the negative talk. And all that negative talk really brings a lot of it to your mind, goes through your brain, flowing around, telling you all these things that you can't do, the opinions of others that continue going inside of your ear, telling you cannot do it, no one believes in you, you can't do anything. Well, to begin with, I would say this is equivalent to a year ago today. Not exactly today, but somewhat around this month or in May, I could say. Well, yeah, I'm not successful or anything. I haven't made any six figures, but I'm working on it right now, trying to become a successful content creator, entrepreneur, and an athlete, of course, which is still in the process, even though I've had several ups and downs. But that's all part of a journey, just having ups and downs, wins and losses. That's what it comes to being successful, and that is something I really have to overcome throughout this whole journey. So to begin with, I've talked about in my last video about my business, which is a food business. Well, I am kind of making some transitions here and there, but we're just gonna call it a food business, alright? So to begin around end of April, beginning of May-ish, I decided to launch my business. In the beginning, I was just selling some sweets, trying to start off something small for the moment. And I remember thinking, because before this, I was trying several other side hustles, reselling, clothing brand, editing, drop shipping, lots of side hustles that would guarantee make you rich in 3 months, the whole bait and stuff that you hear off of TikTok, all these guru rich guys telling you do this, join my course, this and that, etc. But really, I felt like it was just, a way to get, give all that attention to those guys. So, kind of seemed pretty off, but knowing that the fastest way isn't really the best way, slow process, the consistent process is much better than just a faster process, because I'm developing more skills and more experience into this. So we're gonna go back to around what I was talking about in the beginning about how my business started. So as I started selling, right, I just started, if you were in my steps, if you were me in this position, you would have obviously done it, sell in school. So I made an attempt to sell in school my products, gave some to my friends, gave some to people that I knew, trying to get people to buy. It was a very slow start. As you know, that's how it is. As soon as you start a business, it's not going to be like one whole big idea is going to be successful overnight. It takes time. It's a long term process. So I started selling around that time. It was like around the end of the school year. And I've had lots of doubts from my friends and my family that my business was gonna flop because I didn't have enough resources or had connections, knew this and that. Which I took all those negative opinions, because I honestly at that time didn't have any self-belief. I really decided to take all those opinions. Most of the time, people just take negativity and, just let it stay in their head. But what they don't know is that the negativity that really goes into their head, just take it and use it as motivation and work hard over time. Just tell yourself every day. Every day. It's always a step-by-step process. It's something that I'll do. Just that imagine where you'll be in the next few years, how you're gonna get there. Learn from your mistakes, because mistakes is key to success as well. And that's something you really gotta go through and overcome, most especially. So a lot of times I was I wanted to give up, but then the next time I was oh yeah, I got this. Because I was like that because of myself, because of my beliefs, what I really believed in. What did I believe in? I was gonna win, I believe I was gonna lose. Because some days were I got no sales and I was oh no, this business was a bad idea. Shouldn't have done this. And that's when I start thinking badly, the opposite of self-belief. I have no belief in myself, no belief in nothing at all. And I just want to give up already. But on the other hand, when I was getting enough sales, I was I want to keep on going. I want to get something out of this. Find some new ideas and do better. But as time started going on and on, this repeating process of a roller coaster of having business go well, having business go bad. It still happens till this day too, where it's a fast process, slow process. Some days are good, some days are bad. It's almost like if you live in Illinois, bipolar weather. You know, we have a whole week. One day it's really nice, one day it's raining, and next it's a tornado, next it's snowing, next it's really nice, and then eventually it's just really cold. It's like that. We have all different temperatures in one whole week. That's how it is like in Illinois. So it's almost like that too, you know. Like I said, some days are good, some days are bad, but that's how life is really, you know. Gotta let it kick your ass sometime. But you really gotta like stand up and overcome that. And that's what I really learned. That's what I realized too, you know. Life's gonna hit me hard. Life's gonna hit you hard. But you gotta step up and overcome that. You gotta use all of that as motivation to level you up and to becoming the better person in that certain aspect or niche that you're doing. Because over time, like a few months later, as I started getting more customers, more sales, I started dropping new products. Some products went pretty well, some went pretty bad. They were like the shittiest ideas. I could easily admit to that. Like, I've done the worst, the best, a lot. But every time, to this day, I still believe in myself. Even though I'm not there yet, I'm not, you know, making 500, 1,000, 10,000, 100 grand a day. I'm still thinking to myself, one day I'm gonna get there, I'm gonna do better little by little, every single day. I'm thinking, turning all of this right here into 10 grand a day eventually, like in a few years. Trying to get rich at a very young age. That's what I really believe in. Turning pro at a young age. That's what I believe in. Getting the 1 million subs at a young age. That's what I believe in. Retiring my parents. That's what I believe in. Doing good for God. That's what I believe in. Doing good as a person. Being better as a person. Developing my character, doing anything I can to overcome the obstacles I'm going through. That's what I believe in truly, no matter what. Whatever shit drags you down, you can't really just stay under there letting it pressure you down. You gotta think to yourself, what better could I do? You could let all that pressure come to you. Because that saying goes, pressure makes diamonds. So all that pressure pushing you down will have a good outcome as long as you believe in yourself and you keep moving forward.